picture. Let's get a picture of the picture.
Michael, this is
Yeah?
Hello.
Yeah, this is good. Oh, look at all the people. Look at all the people. Let's get some stock footage.
Is Charlie coming? Oh, lovely. There she is. Wonderful to see you.
Whatever put her on camera in the first place.
Excuse me. Our next guest is rather unique. She is Let's look at Bill, winner of Best Makeup Artist. Oh, the
I don't know what it's like. She's so good. She's so good.
Let's talk.
Every day.
Jenny Aniston is our next guest. She is has a winner of an Emmy Award, Golden Globe Award, Screen Actors Guild Award, and Best Body. Miss Aniston.
Thank you for coming to my talk.
Yeah, so someone told me I had to, actually. I did too. Okay. Our final guest of the evening is Vince Vaughn, winner of Person's Choice Award and Comedy Star of the Year. Vince.
Martha, good to see you out of prison. Let's check. No cops.
Vince, you're a class act.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll give you a few minutes to get to know our celebrities here and maybe pick up a few stories on the way. So if you'd like, you can have more beverage as well. You can mingle now. Thank you. Thank you. Bye, Vince.
You all pipe down. It's just getting a little stuffy in here, and it'd be better if we had a press conference where we could breathe. So if you follow my lovely assistant Nat to the treehouse, we know if you want to. Thank you. Hey, don't touch the floor.
Okay, so you know how Michael Bayer is doing a new Transformers movie?
I'm trying to get some stock, you know? Oh, yeah. Steve, you're man who knows the camera. What do you think?
Flamboyant.
Hello.
So, yeah, if you just want to keep going. Oh, this is good. This is good. Yeah.
Should we go a little slower?
No. You're good. Just be natural. Be natural. You know. You know, really
The pressure's tough.
Yeah. Sorry. You know, I don't want to. Oh my. Oh my. Please don't. Oh jeez. I can't. I'm already feeling it. You're dying all the movies. You're dying all the time. No, please. Please, back away. Back away.
I'm trying to get my bearings. Please stop touching me. Please stop touching me. Do not touch me anymore.
Can we move it a little bit? I just want to get some good shots. So we can squeeze a little bit. Sorry. I don't want to smush you against the wall or anything, but I gotta get the shot.
I understand.
Oh, yeah, you know, when you make a movie, right?
Yeah.
You just gotta do what you gotta do.
So are you happy with the actors and actresses who are here tonight?
You know, honestly, I wish they'd give me the cast, or not the cast. You know, I'm not making a movie here, right now. I'm
Yeah.
just shooting people. This is drama. This is drama right here. Oh, this is good. A good chase scene. Good chase scene. Wow, guys. This is fantastic.
You actually see that? Yes. That was incredible. Yeah, no, anyway. No, actually, I was in a movie with oh, I forgot her name. That girl. Yeah. I don't know. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, ever since I was he started creeping on me. It's like, so if I got this on my
Gonna chop up that onion of yours, chop up some cilantro. These things all together, get some jalapeno on there, and you're done. Guacamole. Into the treehouse room.
How'd you guys like the presentation? Did you see it, actually? No. I'm sure it was great. Actually, she wasn't even doing anything. I mean, have you seen Martha Stewart cooking show? Not for more than 30 seconds. Yep, I know. That's because you can't stand it.
We're trying to like recreate the scene of Parliament.
Well, everyone, thank you so much for coming to this press conference. I am excited for you to take a lot of pictures, get those notepads out, and really get a good new understanding of who our celebrities really are. We're going to start off with my dear friend, Mr. Snailbird. He was born on December 18th in 1947. Wow, that was a while ago, Stephen.
Well, some of us do age better than others.
In Cincinnati, Ohio, he's an American film director, film producer, and video game designer, who is considered one of the most influential filmmakers in the history of cinema. Did you know that I was named the 35th most influential woman in the world? Snellberg has won the Academy Award for Best Director for Saving Private Ryan and Schindler's List. He has won multiple Academy Awards, BAFTA Awards, which I believe those are credible, correct?
Much more credible than being in prison.
Critics' Choice Awards, Golden Globes, Hollywood Walk of Fame, Directors Guild of America, and more. Let's give a warm welcome to Mr. Snailberg.
Thank you. Thank you. Today we have the great privilege of honoring some of Hollywood's finest stars. In fact, everyone, if you could come up here, most of them look better than the wall. Now, some of us have had long, distinguished careers that are finally coming to their inevitable conclusion. Whereas others continue to push the boundaries of film and to create new and exciting opportunities for entertainment. And we still have others yet here who are new to the Hollywood fame and will soon, I'm sure, impress us. But I have the pleasure of introducing to you today a woman who has won awards for her work on films like Pirates of the Caribbean, Mrs. Doubtfire, Benjamin Button, The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, and Planet of the Apes. For her recent work in the movie Alice in Wonderland, she has received Best Makeup Artist. Laniel, everyone!
Thank you so much for coming. I have worked my entire life for this award. I have worked so hard. I have make-up so many faces in my career. I have been working at the same studio since I was 16. And without revealing anything, I'm sure you can all guess how long that's been. This has been my life. And it's a very good thing that I won the award this year, because I may never have another chance. I was recently fired. Thank you, Michael.
Oh,
And I don't know what I'm going to do.
oh, things just go awful on stage.
Well, at least some careers have an end. Every now and again in Hollywood, we have an opportunity to take a young, impressionable mind, showing great promise, and mold it into a force for great good and change in this world. This next guest is an individual that I have worked with for quite a long time, a protege of mine, if you will. His career started with the Terminator films, Aliens, then The Abyss, and Titanic and True Lies. But for his recent masterpiece, Avatar, he won Best Original Screenplay. James Cameron, everyone. James Cameron, everyone.
Well, it's truly an honor to be here with you this evening. Touching me, ladies and gentlemen. When we set out to make this film, Avatar, we wanted to do something that wouldn't just thrill audiences and send a message, but we wanted to do something that would also push the bounds of film. And we feel like we've really accomplished this. It was a great project. I worked with tons of great people. In fact, everyone I worked with was amazing, no, except for one person. And and we have a sequel in production right now. And well, we just hope that what I mean to say is I'm sorry, I can't do this right now.
Sometimes it is sure, it'll be fun. Our next couple are, of course, no strangers to fame, with appearances in movies like The Lost World, Wedding Crashers, Dodgeball, and Zoolander. He has created a name for himself in late-night comedies. She, on the other hand, started out her career as a barista in Friends, but also has roles in Office Space, Bruce Almighty, and Along Came Polly. For their recent work in the film The Breakup, they earned Best Chemistry, Vince Vaughn and Jenny Aniston.
Great. So, we won Best Chemistry for work on this movie. We're so good together.
So I know there have been some rumors going around that were not started by me. And turns out I've been married for about a year now, as I'm sure all of you know, to Kyla Weber. And wow, she is incredible, the most beautiful woman I know.
Really, Vince, did you know that just last year I won Best Body?
So Kyla's really beautiful, as I was saying. And anyway, we have a special announcement to make. We are expecting a baby. And the baby is due in December.
The baby's due in December. Wow, she must be really fat right now. Just put it on the weight. How's that going?
Yeah, well, at least hers is from the baby.
Oh, yeah, you should have a sweet there, Vince.
So, obviously, we're still here.
We're still really good friends. Like the show, get it?
Like your show, Friends.
I love you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Vince and Jenny. Third time's a charm, right? Now, for one of Hollywood's shiningest stars. He started as a doomed hero in the Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, and then is currently working on the third and fourth installments of the Eclipse films. Patterson, everyone.
In 2009, I was voted world's most attractive person. This coming summer, I will be in a movie with Scarlett Johansson. Her blood smells so tantalizing.
Sometimes it's difficult to get out of character as much as we would like him to. Please stop. Not behind me. Next, an actress who seems to have been in the industry since the beginning of Technicolor itself. She has played roles like a reluctant bride, a philandering secretary, a stepmother, and a lady of the night. In fact, her only morally acceptable role was as a fairy in the classic Peter Pan adaptation, Hook. But for her recent role as an unhappy adulteress, we have Julie Robertson for Eat, Love, Pray.
Oh, Stevie, he tries to be so funny. Eat, pray, love. He gets it mixed up all the time. But anyways, what he failed to mention is that I have won Person's Magazine's Most Attractive Person 11 times. But I just wanted to clarify, my career is going great. Just finished a great movie in production with another one. But I'm really kind of shifting my priorities, focusing on family. Well, I don't need to explain to you guys, we're in Utah, right? Families first, so thank you all for being here.
Some of us are talented enough to have a career and a family, Julia. For example, I have 6 children, so do Brad and Angela. Now, whether she was a runaway clone, a beautiful stage assistant, a fledgling reporter, or a half secretary, half superhero, she displays a lack of character that is simply astonishing to see. For her work in the movie Iron Man 2, she has earned Best Minor Supporting Actress, Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, Snailbird. Best Supporting Actress, thank you. And thank you for coming out and supporting my career. I truly appreciate it. I've had a wonderful opportunity to work with every single one of these people.
She's never worked with me.
I should have.
She has never with me.
And now some of you may already be aware, but I'm in the process of publishing my first book.
True Dunder Mifflin Paper Company.
What is that? What is he doing here? Where is he?
Martha, what kind of security is this?
Taking care of. Now, with my book, all of these people have a very big part in it. Thank you so very much.
This is ridiculous! She's still angry at me for not casting her in Avatar. Now this book of falsified information! Someone needs to put you
Write it down.
There's nothing bad to say about it. Honestly. I mean, look at that. If anything,
You can't be exposing people like this. Yes, I understand. What is super?
Will everyone who makes above 7 figures please return to the stage?
I make above 9, everyone.
You know what? We'll nuke that book. That's what we'll nuke it.
Yes,
That's the American way.
Nat, you can return to the stage as well.
But
I
camera.
Good.
Oh,
Now, rule number 1, no smelling. Rule number 2,
oh man, this is good. Yeah. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think about this award? I want to get some reactions. I pretty much just wanted to hear you tell me that I'm going to get the award.
Well, I think it's going to be a close race.
It's going to be a close one.
It's going to be close.
You're going to get it.
The person's most fabulous person in the world award?
You just got to believe.
I'm personally a Julia fan.
I think it's me.
So,
Julia.
well, I just don't see how. Oh, hi. Whoa, close.
You just flashed me? Wow, this is really sweet. Oh, man. Person's most attractive person right here. Person's most attractive person. Just made it shoot movie, guys. Cameraman. Maybe that delicious food. Give me a good action pose. Give me a good action pose. Ready? You're getting action food. Your food's about to blow up. Your food's about to blow up. It's gonna blow up. Get it? Yeah.
Do a big jump.
Yeah. In this slow motion, slow motion. Yeah. You're gonna get. You're diving out of the way. You're diving out of the way. Yeah. That's awesome. That's rich. We should put you in a movie. We'll put you in my next one. All right? I just auditioned you. You're gonna be in my next movie. It's gonna be sweet. Oh, this is good. This is good. Because these are really secret agents. Secret agents, they put bombs in the food. And the food is going to explode when the spoon touches it. This is plastic reactant. Oh, this is awesome. What do we have here? We poison the water with propane. It's going to blow up.
Look at all these people here.
Everything's going to explode.
I hope he's not bothered.
Yeah. Oh, man. You know what would be a really good shot?
Michael, would you?
Light one of these on fire.
No, Michael, you really need to. Michael, stop.
We started close.
No, Michael, Michael.
We start close.
You need to take this camera off. This is not one of your photo shoots, Michael.
It'd be so good. Let's save it.
Off the record, I'm very excited. Have you ever seen Breakup? Yeah, well, the best friend, my best friend. We were best friends in real life, actually. Yes, we are. I mean, when he he's like, oh no, I'll get it taken care of, don't worry. About like the killing thing, you haven't? Guys, you're missing out. It is excellent. Dodgeball is also an excellent film. Yeah, I mean, the second one was awful. You should have stopped them, and now he's No. I don't blame you though. I would have liked to. Yeah. I mean, seriously, you should have stopped long before the second one. All the female actors that work with him want to quit. I mean, the first one. I know. But Michael Bay. That's what people love your films. Exactly. And when they won't even be in your film, I mean, Michael Bay. and then, get this. Okay, so he was filming in Chicago where we were filming Dilemma. Doing all versions of explosions. I mean, you can add that stuff. That's just fine. But no, he wants to be explaining the bear reasons. Yeah. And so just making these explosions around Chicago, debris flying everywhere, ruining our film. Like everybody's no class, thank you. Maxwell. Actually, I think we should. Honestly, I would want to do Michael Bear is really good. What are you doing? Why didn't I cast Scarlet? Yeah, when you're casting for a film, you have to take into account all the different talents that a person can bring to a character. And from all the different applicants, I mean, I had about...
That Wisconsin cheddar cheese soup stuff will explode if you light it. So, we're going to try this. We're going to zoom in real close. Yeah.
You want yours to explode? I don't think that's a good idea, sir.
Get the light. Okay, so I don't seem to have my lighter, but I heard that it explodes, so we should try this later, right?
Yeah.
I love explosions. They're so good, you know.
Maybe in another table.
Yeah, I think someone else might.
After we find the chickens.
I got it.
Michael.
Just don't try that whole thing, because your mom won't be happy. Go into film and you can blow stuff up. Blowing stuff up is awesome. I love explosions. My job is the best job in the world.
Now, we spent an entire week together in Cabo, or do you not remember? Maybe you can purchase my book and give yourself a little reminder.
You know, Scarlett, persons can get you a really good deal if you want to link that chapter to us.
Of course, I know that there's a marvelous chapter that would be most reviewed.
Woo! Attention, everyone! I just received a text about who won this year's Person's Most Attractive Person of the Year award. Because I am Lois L. Persons, I received all the scoop because I'm the #1 writer and they send the best stories to me. But I'm sure you guys all want to wait for the official announcement. Okay, just because I like you all. This year's Person's Most Attractive Person of the Year award goes to Angela Jolie.
Actually, they're not awake. There's no Botox involved. She used 100% fat from her butt. Injected in her.
Listen! I need everybody's attention. What are you doing? I just want you all to recognize the most attractive person. Please give a round of applause. I'm going to look at her. Well, for the most important announcement of the evening, my children and I have been doing a lot of talking recently about things that are happening in our lives and things that we want to happen in our lives. And so I feel like this is a great opportunity, the perfect moment to tell Angela that I love her more than anything or anybody in the whole wide world, and that I love our kids, and I want our family to be together forever.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Now, maybe not from all these people. I don't know. We know this. She's got engaged, so. I don't think you understand. We spent an entire week together in Cabo. What's she talking about, sweetie?
It was just that movie retreat. It was a week.
That movie retreat? Honey, it was definitely more than that. You know what? I think it's time for you to leave. I think it's time for you to back up off me.
Whoa, don't touch my wife!
Excuse me, she is not your white rat! Sometimes I wish you were dead!
Whoa!
All of you were
touch her
dead and
again!
you would scorn me! From the door now!
If you touch her again, I'll
Back
kill
up
you!
off me!
Scarlet, wait! I need you to a Dundee exchange for signing Thunder Mifflin. In fact, Dundees are far more useful than anything that comes out of Hollywood. They can grow me on that.
You have a second right? I think we can get you to the next stage. Right name, and I can unmake it. That's what I'm sorry, I need to.
Okay, we'll talk later. Michael! Michael! No, we need to go. I need to speak with you.
But hey, we'll talk later, right?
Pretending to be we kind of segregate after the first season. I know all about
That's what I think. So I think we get shot.
once you get out, you do about 3 to 5 years. Then you come back and maybe like 2 years. Once you get out, they actually try to place you. So you do for a couple years and then you get another fruit cup. Not really, but cool.
Discreet. I go from Person's Magazine. Has anyone seen Scarlet? She better not be signing with anyone else. But
I've seen her, but I miss her.
Oh,
Wait! It was you! Scarlett told me to leave the room so that she could talk to Angela. And when I came back, Scarlett was dead. Do you know what the last thing she said to me? Her dying breath was your name. It was Angela. You killed her.
Enough!
Quiet!
Enough!
This is
I
a
will have order!
This is a homicide investigation.
That is completely false. I have not
Volunteer
seen
sheriff's
Scarlett
deputy.
since she grew up on me. She's not favored me.
Now, who was not in this room at the time of the murder approximately 10 minutes ago?
You were in the bathroom.
Oh, I was in the room. Raise your hand if you were not in this room. If you were not in this room, please go to the treehouse room and stay there until I come to interview you for police reports.
Think about what you've done.
Oh, yes, you're
It's a big misunderstanding. It's probably cherry coffee or something on his shirt. I'm sure it's not a big deal. It's just a dinner theater. I'm sure it's not a big deal. Please stop panicking, people.
Excuse me. Yes, you were not in this room 10 minutes ago. I need you to go to the treehouse room and await your interview. I can't be affiliated with any of this. You can't stay.
I really can't give you
Now! It doesn't feel like they were in the room either. Can we let them come back in?
I'm not affiliated with you.
Go! Excuse me. You. What is your name again?
Dwight A. Scroot, volunteer sheriff's deputy.
And were you in this room 10 minutes ago?
I was not.
Sheriff. Please just tell me where you were.
I
Sit.
question. Am I a suspect in this case?
Sit!
This was issued to me by the Scranton Department of Justice.
Scranton? What is that?
Scranton, Pennsylvania, where I also work.
And where are we now, Mr. Scroot?
I don't know, it was a long train ride.
We're not in Scranton anymore.
What do you say? The jurisdiction doesn't apply?
No, I'm not sure it applies in Scranton. Now, please tell me where you were at the time of the murder, approximately 10 minutes ago.
Oh. I had gone to track down Scarlett to get her to sign with under Mifflin, but I couldn't find her. And I ran into a maid in the library. Yup.
Do you have a name so I can verify who that is?
I don't remember, but it might be Scrooge someday.
Okay, that's fine. Can you please tell me what your relationship is with the victim before she died?
Purely functional. If she doesn't sign with under Mifflin, she's useless.
She's useless?
Utterly.
Utterly useless. Okay. Now, can you please tell me who it is you think killed Scarlett?
Obviously an amateur. Bludgeoning? I mean, really? There are much more efficient ways to kill somebody.
Such as?
Well, poison, asphyxiation, paper cut to the throat, ice bullet. Why hasn't anyone done that? The evidence melts, no fingerprints. Obviously an amateur.
Have you ever killed anyone, Mr. Scrooge?
I have never killed a human being, no. Well, I grew up on a farm, and if an animal proved otherwise useless or else in extreme pain, then it may become necessary to mercy kill it.
Useless and extreme pain. Now, would you, in any definition, describe Miss Scarlett before her death in extreme pain?
You mean the fact that she wasn't signed with Thunder Mifflin?
I was thinking about her love of Brad.
Possibly.
So by your definition, she was both useless and in pain, and this was a mercy killing.
So it would seem. Question. Are you accusing me for the murder of Scarlett Johannesburg?
Anything's possible, Mr. Scrooge. Anything's possible. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the press, if
was very messy.
You're the great.
Yeah, why do you have to continuously sneak into the party to see Scarlet?
She won't talk to me otherwise.
How often do you try to communicate with Scarlett Johannesburg before tonight?
I've been trying for a couple months.
How often has that communication been reciprocated?
Never before tonight.
So judging by your actions, both previously and tonight, you are her stalker.
Absurd.
It's a yes or no question, Mr. Scrooge.
False.
Any other questions? Go ahead, you're right.
When was the last time you saw Scarlett?
In here, directly after my cape was ripped off and I was brutally dragged out of this facility.
Now, Mrs. Scrooge, I have one last question for you. You seem like a reasonably intelligent man. You seem to think about things conceptually. My question is, if you were not you, but you saw you in this situation, would you suspect you of murder? It's a yes or no question.
If I were not myself, and I saw myself,
In this situation.
then I think the two of us would be the best of friends.
Thank you, Mr. Scrooge. There will be no more questioning at this time.
Question. May I have my badge back?
No. You. With the maroon shirt and the gray sweater. Where were you at the time of the murder?
I was sitting in my chair.
Can anyone verify that?
Yeah, I
But-
Tell me, what do you make of this murder?
I mean, I only have their word that it's actually her that died, so I don't have any conclusions on that. Just have somebody came back with blood on his shirt. Doesn't necessarily follow that somebody was murdered.
How long have you been here?
45 minutes.
Okay. You have seen the suspects, you heard their press conference. Can you tell me from what you've concluded, from what you've seen, from what you've concluded about this situation?
Seems pretty funny that you each one control many of them.
Who, if you were me, the detective, who would you suspect for murder at this time?
Barbara Patterson.
What's that?
Just kind of a general feeling.
All right, you're right, no more questions.
All right, we got a problem.
Excuse
Body's
me?
missing.
The body is missing?
The body's missing.
You lost the body.
I don't lose the body, it's missing.
Okay. You lost the body.
The body is missing.
Because you lost the body.
That wouldn't tell that I actually had the body to start with.
Okay, okay. Just tell me what did you observe?
Okay, I got off to the scene where forensics told me to meet him. Get over there, there's no body. All I see is a trail of bloody footprints leading into the park. And the Oscar statue that they used to beat Scarlet with.
Okay. How do you know that it was the one that was used to be Scarlet?
Because it had her blood all over it.
Okay. And forensics confirms this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you get the police reports? Have you interviewed the...
I've interviewed everyone. I've gotten all the celebrity statements right here. I have everything written up and ready to go.
Okay. Let's pass those police reports out. Here, you pass the
All right.
reports out. I'll pass out the salt sheets. All right? Ladies and gentlemen of the press, we'd be much appreciative if you could take some time to look over these police reports and with your group write down any ideas that you have, things that can help myself and forensics solve this murder. We'd be much appreciative. Thank you.
Oh, and we will have a prize for whoever gets closest. Not that we were planning a murder. We just happen to have prizes. So,
That's so like
yes. We come prepared. Use your head detector.
Now, everyone be pleased do your best to stay in your groups and work on your solve sheet. Get that into either myself or Nat as soon as possible. We
understand what really happened. Now, Lois, please have a seat.
I'm gonna go get your next witness.
Thank you. Miss Parsons, could you please tell me what you know about this book that Mr. Heinsberg announced shortly before her death?
Oh, yes. So, before Scarlett sadly died, she gave me a zip file of one of her chapters in the book. I have it saved on a flash drive. It will be released in Persons Magazine's next issue. But the juicy chapter she left me was all about her and Rad in Chicago and how it supposedly, she told me, it was going to break him and Angela up. Supposedly really juicy, really exciting. My readers are going to love it.
Are they? I think I'm going to need to see a copy of that file, Miss Parsons.
Oh, yeah. Next week's issue. It'll be in there.
I mean now.
How much are you willing to pay for it?
Miss Parsons, I don't know how to make you understand that this is a homicide investigation. And I need your full cooperation.
I mean, I'll accept like $5 million for it. That's a reasonable deal.
The real question, Miss Parsons, is how much are you willing to pay? Are you willing to do time? This is obstruction of justice.
We'll talk about it later.
Okay, we'll talk. Now, can you tell me, who do you suspect of this murder?
Well, the obvious one is Angela. I mean, come on. She wears vials of blood of her children around her neck. Kind of creepy.
That is strange, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, and you saw her blow up at Scarlett. Like, they were pushing each other in the dining hall.
Blew up at Scarlett?
Oh, yeah. Fighting.
What is she, was this verbally or physically?
Yeah, Scarlett pushed her.
Scarlett pushed her?
In front of all of you guys.
Did Angela push Scarlett?
She got held back. Well, no, she was holding Rad back.
Oh, so Rad was exhibiting violent behavior?
Yes.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, what questions do you have for Ms. Parsons? Because you are inquisitive reporters, of course, everyone is raising their hand. You in the back.
Ms. Parsons, what were you doing during the time that...
Oh, yes. So, I just received this great chapter of the book. I decided to go run call my editor in the kitchen to use that phone and let him know that I have this exciting book. And yeah, that's what I was doing.
Did you see anything suspicious?
No, I wasn't really paying attention. I was too excited.
I'm going to need the number of your editor to verify that phone call.
Sure.
Okay. Any other questions? What are the questions you have?
Who was in the kitchen with you when you were there?
Probably some of the staff and that crazy staff. I don't really like the phone's like right at the corner.
All right, one more question. You in the back.
Would you kill for a good story?
You know what? I always get my stories. I will, I'm pretty determined.
Thank you, Miss Parsons. That'll be all for now.
Thank you.
Please go back to the treehouse room. Thank you, Nat.
Your next interviewee, Lunil.
Thank you, Officer Dano. Neil, you seem quite upset.
People are dead! And I lost my job! This is the worst day of my life!
Okay. Could you tell me, describe your relationship with Miss Scarlett?
She was nice. She gave me tissues.
Okay. How long have you been, I heard that you're friends with Scarlett Johannesburg. How long has that friendship been?
I used to do her makeup all the time.
I mean on a non-professional level.
Well, I hardly ever saw her, not professionally. And now I'll never see her at all since Michael fired me.
Okay.
Who does he think he is? He killed my career. For some stupid little assistant. I know who it was now. It was my personal assistant, Chelsea.
That's quite exciting.
They were romantically involved. He could have been involved with me.
Were you in love with Michael Bear?
No. Have you seen him?
vial of medication. Is that yours?
Yes.
Okay. Could you please tell me what it is for?
Depression and anxiety caused by people like you.
Okay. Could you please tell me what some of the side effects are of this medication?
Why?
I'm curious.
All right. Dizziness, nausea, occasional vomiting, bouts of unconsciousness, hemorrhaging of the eyes, rashes and swelling on the ankles, spleen poisoning, and if mixed with alcohol may cause schizophrenia. Thank you for humiliating me.
Thank you, yes.
You know that chicky eye? She can't even put on eyeliner. She looks like a wasted Snooki all the time. All on her face. And it's just so ironic because he killed my career and now Michael's dead.
No, Michael isn't dead. Scarlett's dead.
Scarlett's dead? Oh no!
That's what this is all about.
Why are you floating? Hold still, I can't see you.
I'll do my best. Please, don't touch me. Any questions? Go ahead.
Have you been drinking?
Darling, no. Next question.
In the back.
Where were you after you left the dining hall?
Well, I went to go fix my makeup. You know, I don't wear waterproof because it clumps. So, take a little touch up and gonna have to do that again.
In what room were you touching up your makeup?
In the bathroom.
For the entire time?
Yes, this takes some upkeep, all right? God.
Did anyone see you in there?
No, I think some of the help went in and out. They're rude.
How's that?
Oh, they're just saying things like, Michael didn't even fire you, or have you taken your medication yet? And I was just like, I could have you fired like that. How dare you say those things to me? They'll remember.
Can you tell me who do you think killed Scarlett Johannesburg?
Oh, probably Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn? What's
So
that?
tall. He's got that dark hair. And his eyes are ominous. Have you looked at his eyes?
I
Where
think
are
they're
you?
just normal.
Oh. I've done a lot of eye makeup.
Anyone else who you might suspect?
Well, that man in the horrible brown suit has several large butchering knives strapped to his calves.
Mm-hmm.
And he had other weapons. Maybe he killed her. I don't even know who he is.
Have you spoken to him?
No! Why would I speak to him?
How do you know that he had those weapons?
I saw him. He was running from the officer and he picked up his pant legs like this and he was running and I saw these huge knives duct taped to his calves. And then he had these nunchucks in his pocket.
Ms. Linnell, can you tell me how many pills have you taken in the last hour?
None of your business.
This is a homicide investigation.
5.
It is my business. 5?
But obviously not enough.
What is the prescribed dosage?
I don't even know anymore.
Okay. Thank you, Linnell. That'll be all for now.
Alright. No, this is important. This is important. Tell her exactly what you told me.
Okay. Okay.
Please sit. Make yourself comfortable. What do you have to say? That is so cool.
Makes me feel better.
Okay.
Nuclear explosion.
I can see that. Now, could you please tell me, what did you just tell Officer Dan?
Okay. Angela didn't do it.
Angela didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Could
Yep.
you please tell me how you know this?
I can't. Nope. Can't do it. Can't say it.
Why not?
Michael didn't see it.
Why can't you tell us?
Michael,
Would you stop looking at that?
oh no, it is.
If it wasn't Angela, can you tell us who it was?
No, I can't tell. No.
Okay,
Angela
how
didn't
could you
do it.
possibly
No,
know
Angela didn't do
this?
it. No, Angela didn't do it. Angela
Were
didn't
you
do it.
with
Angela didn't do it. Angela didn't do it. Angela didn't do it. Angela
Were you with Angela?
I don't know. Angela didn't do it. Angela didn't do it.
Okay, here,
Angela didn't do it. Angela didn't do it.
Yeah, see that? Were you with Angela when the murder took place?
Go back. Angela didn't do it. Angela didn't do it. Angela didn't do it. No,
When you are ready to tell us something,
No, I
which-
didn't. I don't know
anything.
I don't know anything. I didn't know
No, just go back to the room.
please just go back.
Ah.
Now, go.
Mike likes nukes. Mike likes bombs.
Are all celebrities crazy?
He is seriously disturbed. All right, folks. In light of that enlightening interview, we'll probably hold off on bringing out some of the celebrities, but let's get working on those solve sheets right now because we need to figure out who did this, and we need your help because, frankly, we don't know Jack. Just being honest.
Okay, there's someone who never say anything, especially reporters. If you don't know, you pretend that you know. I have a gun. No, you can't have a gun.
You have a gun! You have a gun! Go.
Now, calm down. You are having a panic attack.
Okay.
Professional. Now, I need you to help me keep these people calm. Can you help these people be calm?
Of course.
You have to be calm in order to help others be calm.
Calm.
Professional.
Yes.
Now, everyone needs to stay in this room. So, let's guard the doors.
Okay.
And we will wait for Dano to come back and tell us what he finds when he investigates the gunshots. Okay. How about you focus on that door?
Okay.
I'll stay over here.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Go! Murder here! Come on, let's go! Get it! Come on, guys! Come on, everybody! Faster than that! Stop that!
Stop touching me!
You're a suspect too, Dwight. Get in there! Go! Vampire boys, get in there! Serious.
Officer Dano, can you please tell me what happened?
All right, so Michael Bear is dead.
Michael Bear's dead?
Michael Bear is
We
dead.
just saw him. We
Yeah,
were just talking to him.
shot in the back twice. I went in there, found him in the pantry room, and who should be surrounding the dead body but the cast of TMZ.
Okay, this is really easy then. Which of them had a gun?
No one had a gun. I searched all of them.
How
I
is that even
frisked them.
possible?
No one had a gun. They had time to stash it. The back door was ajar, but he was shot dead, and none of these people had guns.
Okay. We're gonna have to do police reports again. We're gonna have to do solve sheets.
Yeah,
Everyone
we're
who
serious.
just came in, all of you celebrities, please back to the treehouse room for more interviews. This is gonna be a wild night.
You know, they really should give you a whip. Come on, let's go! Come on!
Please just go.
Back to the
Let's
treehouse
go.
room.
Come on,
Come
let's move it.
Come on, or I will give you a full body.
Can't we just leave? I feel
Let's go.
uncomfortable. Have you seen the man in the green?
Where's the man in the green? All right, folks. Me and my super speedy deputies are going to go interview some people again. We'll be right back.
Please continue to help us solve Scarlett's death. Obviously, there's been 2 murders. We'll be back with some solve sheets. Thank you.
All right, officer.
Yes.
If I could please have you go get the suspect. We have just a few more questions, and then we will know what happened.
All right, well, if we're going to wrap things up, we're going to need some room over here. So we're going to need everybody to clear out to this side of the room while I go get those celebrities. Yes, I could. I could shoot you right now. Let's go. Come on, let's go.
Don't touch me.
All right, let's go, let's go.
Officer, where's Bubba?
What's that?
Where's Bubba?
All right,
We
guys.
lost Bubba.
I don't know. Well, hold on. Hey, where's Bubba?
Go
Bubba?
find Bubba.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Hey, Bubba, where are you? Bubba! Bubba!
Don't move! All right, nobody move! Nobody move!
Everyone down, now, now! Where's Angela?
Put the camera down!
Calm down, you just calm down. Stop! Get her gun!
Don't move!
We got this?
Yeah, I got it. Got it.
That is enough, you psycho witch! Son, right there, you
Is that a gun?
Wimbo!
All right, hands on your head.
Do this to me!
Put your fingers
How
together.
can I? What is wrong with you? You killed Michael Bear! You killed Brad! What is wrong? He's not dead! If you live in a couple of seconds! We could have a marvelous life together if you hadn't stepped in my way! You are delusional. He never cared about you at all. We spent an entire week together, Carl. It was marvelous. We have 6 kids together. You know what? I have imagined this full of Pappy Beaversville so many times. I can't wait to see it actually happen.
No!
Brad, just get out of my way. After she's gone, we can have a marvelous life together. I promise.
No, I won't let you do this.
Brad,
I
move.
won't let you do this.
Brad, get out of my way.
Scarlet!
Scarlet, drop your weapon! Nobody move! I killed Bubba!
No! This is serious!
Scarlet Johannesburg, you are under arrest. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be held against you in a court of law.
She said.
You have the right to speak to an attorney and to have an attorney present during any questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer,
One will be provided for you at government expense.
yes, one will be provided for you at government expense. Dwight, you have proven yourself to be quite competent.
Yes.
You've gotta be kidding me. You've gotta be kidding me. Volunteer Deputy Sheriff Dwight Scroot. Would you please take Scarlet?
Anybody but him, please.
With the grace of civic pride.
Now, first of all, can I just say, she is delusional.
I am not delusional!
Contain yourself, criminal. She is.
Scarlet and Rad both attended the same retreat back in January in Mexico. And Scarlet began this delusion where Rad was in love with her.
He is in love with you.
She's not in love with you.
Not.
After that week, she immediately hired a ghostwriter to write this book.
I wrote that book.
She outlined a
No, she
chapter
didn't.
in which she describes this love affair between herself and Rad. She believed that Rad was not in love with Angela, his partner, because he wouldn't marry her. So tonight, when Rad proposed to Angela and Angela accepted, her delusion began to shatter, and she decided in her panic to take action. That action involved deceiving everyone into believing that Angela had murdered her. After Angela was safely put away for her murder, she would resurrect herself and walk into her lover's arms. Now,
She is delusional. Why didn't you tell me you were delusional?
when she realized that this plan probably wouldn't work, she decided on a new course of action, and she decided to, like I said, fake her own murder. She caught herself putting her own blood on her Oscar and on her bodyguard, Bubba.
That was real?
Haven't you ever
That
heard
was
of
real.
bloodborne pathogens?
And the hitch came when Michael Bear walked in on them, preparing the scene.
That poor fool.
That poor fool.
That poor fool.
When they saw Michael Bear, they threatened him, saying that they would kill him if he went to the cops. He was brought in for an interview and told us nothing, but Bubba knew that he had been taken in for interviews and told Scarlett about it. Scarlett, panicking again, immediately stole one of Bubba's 14 registered guns. And when the time was right, shot Michael Bear in the back. Now.
Want me to hang it right here?
No, Dwight, that will not be necessary. When she had tasted murder, she decided, why stop with Michael Bear when her true enemy is Angela Jolie? So, she decided she's dead. Why not kill Angela and have it done with? However, she was foiled in that her emotionality meant that she had to tell Angela how she really felt. So she did, and now we know that she is the true criminal.
I could have gotten away with it too. It's all your fault, Bubby. You should have just gone with it.
Gone with it? There was a gun at my head.
What are you talking about?
Let's take them into the prison.
You know,
Let's
I'm
go.
scared to death. I'm not a liar.
Thank you for helping us solve the murder mystery tonight. We have a winner, and I'm sure you're all very anxious to hear who it is. The winner is the Network ENN. Congratulations. Your prizes are coming. Oh, do you want to know what they said? Okay. Why was he killed? Because he saw Scarlett and Bubba staging a murder. I didn't choose the winners. And then how did the murder take place? Scarlett shot with Bubba's gun. Since it says gun, but the gun. So those are winners. Congratulations to Gannon. If I could have the cast come behind me. Gannon, could you please stand up? We need to know who you are. All right, we just needed to make sure you all got these prizes. You got it.
It's comfortable.
Actually. All right, well, of course, a program like this doesn't just happen. There were a lot of people that worked very, very hard to put this on. First of all, we'd like to thank the events management team at Brigham Young University. Next, our wonderful volunteers that worked behind the scenes. Our hairdressers that are just with us tonight, they're in the back. DC Tuxedo in Provo, Utah, and Apple Spice Junction in Orem, Utah, as much as Margaret also thinks she fixed the roof, she didn't. And now the moment you've all been waiting for, I'm going to introduce to you this year's cast. First off, Martha Stalwart was played by Rachel Schwartz. Dave Karchik as Officer Dano. Heidi Barnhart as Sherla Holmes. Gina Barton as Julia Robertson. Taryn as Scarlett Johannesburg. Nate Ennis as Dwight Scroop. Jennifer Brooks as Jenny Aniston.
bodyguard. Katie Jarvis as the makeup artist Lanille. Travis Hancock as Robbie Pattison. Pippin is Michael Bear. Mike Robertson as Vince Vaughn. Cam Boyce as Steven Snailbird. Daniel Geiger as James Cameroon. Kelly Kircher as Lois L. Persons. And my name is Laura Christopherson, and I played Nat. Of course, our wonderful French chef, Ron Jones. Drive safely home.
Don't die. Hurts.
Here's a story from North America.
Daddy, 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 hurry. I saw something scurry.
Son, what's all this screaming for? You're gonna wake the neighbors next door.